super happy to be here. Welcome to the celebration of our new album, Soul. Yeah. First and foremost, I'd like to thank everyone who showed up tonight, everyone here in the venue with us, our closest friends, fans, families, people who participated in the album. You're the best. And also, everyone who's watching us all over the world. That's pretty amazing, I'd say. That's pretty epic. Let us know where you're watching us from. I'm super curious to hear, so let us know in the chat. And I think we should just jump right in. My Haven, from the show we did in Tel Aviv 4 months ago, My Haven. The ground is burning underneath my feet. My body is aching, my heart's incomplete. I've been through hell and back, when I'm screaming my name in a symbol of shame. So I hold your hand tight and I shout, you are my heaven. You are my destiny. Thunders will roar outside my building. Rain will still pour down through your attic. Yet I'm staying here. You've been through hell and blood, but I'm screaming your name in a symbol of shame. So I hold on to you as I shout, you are my heaven. You are my destiny. We've been through hell and blood, but I'm screaming our name in a symbol of shame. Let's all dance so we don't fall apart. You are my heaven. You are my destiny. Yeah! Woo! All right. Everyone is feeling good and relaxed. Everyone has their foods and drinks. I'm actually curious to hear what people at home are eating and drinking in front of the stream. So please, let us know in the comments. I'd like to invite our dear friend Michal on stage. Michal has been managing our social media channels. She's awesome. And we will do some Q&A. So some of you guys at home submitted Q&A questions, and now we will answer some of them.
We have some questions from our Patreon supporters.
Shout out to all Patreon supporters.
Okay, First one is from Andre. Anything that has changed about you through the creation of this album? A changed perspective, new skills, different way of doing things, something you discovered you could do, anything like that?
There's a lot more collaboration involved in this, in the writing of this album. A lot more writing together. I got to kind of get my hands dirty with some arrangement work in the album, which was really fun. I got to do the arrangement for the End of the World track. And it just feels a lot more like a group effort, and it's really cool. I mean, I love how it came out. So.
For me, well, I also got to included this time more in the writing. I gave the idea for the Touch of Life, and I wrote some of the lyrics. And about the perspective change, I got the feeling that apart from that everyone was included in the writing, everyone was included in changing other people's ideas, which got me the feeling that, like in past bands, I had songs that, like, this is his song, but we all worked on it, and this is my song, but we all worked on it. This piece is like all of us together, but it's like none of ours, and that's it.
Beautiful.
I second that. Yeah, cool.
Great. Next question is from Pipatron. Which city you live in, or would it be risky for you to answer that? Is it safe?
So we are actually in different cities, like each of us lives in a different city, but we all meet up mostly in Tel Aviv to play together, to meet up, right? This venue is in Tel Aviv. Whenever there is a dangerous circumstance, we just cancel, so we make sure to stay safe, and every time we meet, we make sure that there is a safe room, or at least a nearby shelter, so we stay safe and we make sure to stay safe. So thank you for your concern. We really appreciate it.
Next question is from Rex. Do you consider music a talent or a gift, a passion or a love, a necessity or a luxury?
I think people discovered music and then they just created a set of rules.
It's kind of a philosophical question. I already thought that we communicated through music, like birds communicate, like before we had even language, through drums, like coordinating ceremonies and wars at times. And then we added melodies and harmonies, and you get what we have today. Is it a necessity? What was the exact question? A passion or a why does that contradict each other? Passion or a love? Like
what is it to you?
I think music is part of
both. Why or? Yeah, and it's a gift. All of the above, basically.
I think music is part of our souls.
Aww. Another question from Andre. Are you ever able to just sit back and listen to your own music? Take it in, or for what it is, or instead of thinking about it creatively? Do you do that?
All right, so for me, it's a part of the writing process. What I do when we write music, I make sure to have these moments where it's just listening to the music, whatever we have on. I mean, it's normally the shittiest demos, but I make sure to still sit with myself in the car or wherever and just listen to the music. And like you said, like sit back and enjoy it, because this is kind of a part of the process for me to see how good the song is, you know? And this happens throughout the entire writing process. And then once we finish writing, and then we enter the studio, we record everything, then I can no longer listen to it. So actually, I haven't listened to Souls in a while, and now I can get perspective because we've been active for a decade. Wow! So I can get perspective now that I think only now I can really enjoy Sands of Time. So it took me like 7 years to be able to sit back and relax and enjoy listening to Sands of Time. It will take a couple more years for me to probably enjoy Strangers, and then another half a decade to enjoy Souls. Anyone else wants to chip in?
I like to listen to music I've recorded in the past because I feel it's like a photo album of the feelings I had at that time and experiences I've had.
Yeah.
I think it's an interesting question because there are a lot of different layers you can look at, kind of the listening to the music and appreciating the music. You know, at first you start out as a listener, someone who just hears the music, right, and just listens to the music as an outsider. And then another layer could be entering a band and playing the music as well, whether it be in the band itself or just doing a cover of it, and gaining another level of appreciation for the music and loving it even more. And then you can go down to another layer of actually writing the music. And each of those layers, you have different levels of appreciation and different levels of love for the music, maybe. And I think also that, you know, as time goes by, no matter which layer you're in, the level of, I guess, maybe attachment to the music can kind of grow and shrink depending on where you are in life, you know? So I like how Noah put her experience, and I think each and every one of us probably has a different answer and experience when in regards to Scardust music.
All right, I think that's a good segment into our next segment. No, this is not a correct sentence in English. So we've documented the entire process of recording the album, and we're gonna watch some clips, some short clips from behind the scenes. Later on, I think next month or so, we will release the full version to YouTube. But for now, let's enjoy the little snippets. Here's the first part. Are you ready?
Yes. דלת.
This is the door to
Feldman's.
Feldman's studio.
אישה לא נחמדה. יופי, אני שמח שנכנסתי למצלמה, ושזה הדבר הראשון שמתועד באלבום הזה, שאת אישה לא נחמדה. Unnice woman.
Nice.
קוסוב אמר לי לבוא לפה בטענה שבהקמה יש הכי הרבה צחוקים.
נכון, זהו. היה ונגמר. לא צריך יותר.
איך אנחנו נראים?
ככה. ניגנתי טוב זה ככה, ניגנתי רע זה ככה. אין לי שום אינדיקציה כי...
מה, אתה צריך איזה פידבק בשביל שתרגיש טוב עם עצמך? שאלה הזמרת, שהדבר הכי חשוב בסשן שלה זה הפידבק. You're trying to describe how it feels to be on the other side of the glass when you record.
בחרתי את קוסוב להקליט איתו, כאילו מכל האנשים.
Little did I know. כי קוסוב, אתה כמו חתול. אם מקבלים לך פידבק חיובי, הוא הורווח ביושר. הוא אמיתי. That's right.
יואב נשמע הכי טוב היום שאי פעם נשמע. זה סימן טוב. אולי האלבום הזה יישמע בסדר. לא סיכוי שלא.
Doing show for the camera.
Oh. Fuel. Very important.
This is the Israeli Kit Kat. It was Kif Kat.
ישראלי קיטקאט, כל קיטקאט.
I did not know it was coming.
You like...
Consistency is the most important thing with a musician, drummer especially. Drum solo.
מנסים לבחור את הטייק שהכי פחות טוב.
This is Kosovo, ladies and gentlemen.
תרגום באנגלית כתוב trying to pick the best one.
מה נורא והיום?
Oh yeah.
וואלה, יש מצב שזה הטוב. לא מאמין.
go here, recording for the new Scardust album.
Great, and then not great.
So to sum it up,
Okay. It went okay.
can you elaborate for the documentary?
Yes, the food was good.
And that's it. See you next time. White and out of focus Noah reporting from the guitar recording session. Tough shit. Tuning every 3 minutes?
I was about to ask how often do you tune?
Yeah.
Every 4 minutes, sorry.
You tuned
4 seconds.
every third or second
Gotta tune the
time,
guitar.
I think.
יפה.
Because of said it's beautiful. Rare
Rare
occasion.
moment, yeah.
אני פחות קשוח כשאני רומנטי. יפה באמצע, לא? אפשר באמצע.
Fine tuning the sound.
Yeah, choosing pickups.
Hello, this is us testing the frame for what will eventually become the album cover. It's not the actual image that we used, but it's the test.
I brought the same lens we used and another different one the day we filmed Gal to test if it's the right lens before we do that picture in a different location on a different day.
Sing with me. I find you in the dark, don't even know your name. You pull me from the pit again and again. When you take my hand, to this moment I give in. I know you hold it tight, and it's dazzling. Dazzling darkness is to feel the beat of your heart, syncing perfectly with mine, even when we are apart. Dazzling darkness is to know the spark in your eyes. They don't need any light to shine. You hear me when I shout, you sing my melody, unable to reach out, remaining a mystery. But you ring my song, to this moment I give in. I know you hold it tight, and it's dazzling. Dazzling darkness is to feel the beat of your heart, singing perfectly with mine, even when we are apart. Dazzling darkness is to know the spark in your eyes. They don't need any light to shine. What if the light comes out, making the dark turn bright, letting me see the colors of your eyes? Would they still shine? Dazzling darkness is the ache of longing for you, is to fear you go away. Once your eyes adjust, you'll see through. Will you choose to stay? Dazzling darkness is to feel the beat of your heart, singing perfectly with mine, even when we are apart. Dazzling darkness is to know the spark in your eyes. They don't need to shine. Thank you. All right. Do we have some new questions from the audience?
Yeah, we do. Good job! Give it up for Mammon!
Thank you. Thank you. Appreciate it.
Right. So the next one is from Josh Y. With the work and effort you put into making Scardust the amazing band it is, what would you say are the influences and inspirations you had that had motivated you to do what you do?
Back in 2007, I think. Yeah, my family. They're here, by the way. Shout out to the Grumman family. My family, my 2 parents, and my 3 siblings and myself, we played a festival here in Israel. They had like different stages with different music styles, and there was the rock stage, and we played a concert with rock covers from different genres. And at some point, we played My Immortal by Evanescence. If you know the song, it starts with like vocals and piano, and then the rock band only comes in towards the ending of the song. So the family kind of waited outside the stage, and I was alone on stage playing this piano and singing My Immortal. It was just me, my piano, and hundreds of people singing along with me. As a teenager, it was like, holy shit. This is the most incredible feeling, and the only thing that I can imagine to myself that could be better than this moment is if this audience would sing my own song. And I think this was the moment where I decided that one day I will have my own band, and we will share our music with other people, and we will all sing along together.
Incredible. Love it.
My story is not that inspiring, but the reason I'm in Scardust for so long, it's a place that lets me use most of my toolkit while playing. I can play soft, I can play harsh, I can play different styles. Yeah, more jazzy, more funky, more metal, more proggy, etc., etc. It's cool, it's fun, it's nice.
A few weeks ago, Bar joined the band. Hey, Bar. So we had some additional questions for Bar, specifically. What are the most important musical achievements you had prior to joining Scardust that we should know of in order to get a good idea of who you are as a bass player?
Would you like the short answer, the long answer? First of all, it's such an amazing question. I still can't believe I'm here on stage with these amazing people. I'm so grateful. And for you guys wanting to know me, I think the most service I can do for that question is just to tell sort of my story. I will keep it short, okay? So everything started when I was born. Just kidding. Okay, I'm a comedian also. Yeah. But seriously, I grew up in a very musical household. Not in the sense that everyone were instrument players, but in the sense that everyone had a very deep connection and appreciation to music, especially my father, who was a huge progressive music fan, and me and him would listen to prog day and night religiously. That really drove me into playing. I don't know why I picked the bass, but it just called me. Skipping a few years, it started with my first gig around the year 14-15. I had my first gig with my local shitty metal band in some dark youth center, but I loved every minute of it. So I made this my purpose to perform and be better at playing my instrument. So I had a lot of shows with them for a local shitty metal band. They were pretty busy. And then at the age of 17, I joined a bigger band called K9. We wrote a lot of music together, performed on almost every stage in Israel. we actually toured in Europe with the band The Black Dahlia Murder, which I'm a huge fan of. Such a great honor. But I had this conflict with the music because I got into music because I heard like John Meehan from Dream Theater playing so like eloquently, such a complex bass lines. And metalcore is more of a showmanship. Like I loved performing with the showmanship, but I still practiced like I'm in a super elitist prog band all the time. So I was conflicted. After some time, we grew up apart, and I got the chance to play at the Haken tribute show. That's where I met Gal and Aaron for the first time.
And me.
And Michal, yeah. Wow. And we shared about 50 minutes of fame on that stage, and it was magical, right, guys? It was amazing. I loved every part of it. I'm a huge Haken fanboy. After some time, Gal called me for the audition, and I said I would give it my best. And when I got in, I knew that my inner conflict was resolved. This is the band that is the amalgamation of all the things I like to play, the showmanship, the musicianship, and I'm so honored to be here and so honored to start my journey here in Scardust. And I hope you have a great ride with me.
So cute. Yeah, if you are enjoying the stream and you'd like to support Scardust, there are several ways to do that. You can, of course, buy the album or buy our merch. You can find all the links on our website, scardust.co. You can also just send in whatever amount you feel like on PayPal or via Lightning. There are QR codes running on screen. And if you want in on the long-term ride, we are inviting you to become a Patreon supporter. We have a wonderful community on Patreon. We share lots of extra content over there. We have monthly Q&As. Like, we try. We try to have monthly Q&As. We have behind the scenes. We have some personal posts. Lots of extra stuff, like polls and stuff like that. So check it out if you want to, and we will be grateful. And we can now see a very special moment in the band's life. Four months ago, we had this show in Reading 3, right around the corner over there. And we had a special guest that we're all fangirling about, all of us here on stage. He's one of our heroes. The amazing Ross Jennings was here. And now we will watch a song, three songs actually. That's technically 3 songs. He performed here with us, and then Ross will come over to say hi to you guys. So let's do that. Touch of Life. This is Touch of Life.
The hammer rises high, the chisel strikes the ivory. A gifted artist working in his lonely shade. In his statue's eye, he sees pure perfection. Gleaming spark of inspiration. In your eyes, I see clearly passion that inspires, love that never dies. In your eyes, I see clearly that your heart desires, love that never dies. I stare at the madman's eye, in love with his own creation, mystified by desperation. He lives in isolation, yet his art is his heart's reflection. Must he shine from his intention? In your eyes, I see clearly passion that inspires, love that never dies. In your eyes, alone, eyes lost cold in the darkness, when love lies waiting too long far away, still remaining in your place. Your lust hides in your silence, when lightly waiting is your new found way. If you listen to your soul when it is singing, I'll touch your life, I'll carry you, take you by the hand into a beautiful dance of creation. I'll touch your life, caressing you, breathing with your soul, your soul, your soul.
Unsatisfied by this world's disarray,
Ross Jennings.
Thank you.
Hello, it's so
Hello, everyone. This is awesome.
Okay, shall we dive in some Q&A then? We have some questions from the audience. Are you ready?
I'm ready when you are.
We have a question from Yotam. Yotam is here in the audience. Yotam? Yotam, hi. Okay, so he asked, of all of the vocalists, what made you contact Ross specifically? So it's a question for me, or for us.
So during the writing process, we thought about duetting Noah with another male singer that will play Pygmalion. And Ross was just the first choice that we had in mind when we wrote the vocal lines. And we are all huge Aiken fans, and we super appreciate all what Ross is doing. So playing with him and having him with us was just obvious for me. And when we approached him and everything went through and we actually did it, we can hear how good is he with us, and we are all very, very happy with what we did together.
Why did you say yes?
Why did I say yes? Well, let's explain how this came to be. We have a mutual friend called Yossi Sassi, who everyone knows. And I got an email from him saying, hey, there's a really great band that I want to work with you. Would you be interested if, I got you in touch with Noah and you go from there? I really recommend you do this. These guys are incredible. And he wouldn't have recommended anyone to me unless he knew they were, like, world class. So I trust his judgment and everything. And I said, yeah, sure, let's do this. And I always like to not commit initially, but I want to hear the material and see if I vibe with it. Let's see if I really connect and if I can actually bring something to the song. And lo and behold, I heard this super epic prog masterpiece, and it just seemed like the perfect fit. And also it raised some, it gave me some challenges as well, which I love. I don't normally do this kind of, I guess, symphonic metal style. Like, I have a prog metal background, but some of these higher pitch screams and whatever, they're a lot harder to reach, and it was a great challenge for me. So yeah, the answer was, of course, yes. Bring it on. It's always nerve-wracking singing on someone else's album. This is your baby, and to however much you love the material I've done with Haken, it's still like a fresh thing, and it could go either way, really. And I really wanted to give it my best, but honestly, I'm so thrilled that you guys loved it, and it was a real honor to work on it and to perform it. Like, seeing that video again just brings a real huge smile to my face, and everyone performed it amazingly well. It's incredible.
We have another question. This is my question, actually. So the Touch of Life trilogy retells the Pygmalion's myth as an artistic struggle. Ross, what drew you to this reinterpretation, and how did you personally connect with that?
Well, you wanted a mad king, and I'm already the cockroach king, so that seemed to work straight away, in my mind. Honestly, I'd not heard of this this concept before. I hadn't come across this story in any way, so it was a really fascinating thing. And honestly, as an artist, we can all connect with that process of creation. That emotional roller coaster, and that wanting to striving to become, like, to create the best thing you can make and fall in love with, and it really hit home, honestly, and superb concept. Like, hadn't come across anyone do that kind of storytelling before, so that was great.
Thank you.
We have time for one more question, so maybe one of you guys wanna ask Ross anything. Okay. Ohad, hello. So Ross, you have participated in many projects. And the question is, what was special about working with Scardust?
Well, you're all just such lovely people. And honestly, I think I touched on it a little bit on a previous answer, but usually when I get sent demos to work on things, I often turn a few down. You know, it really has to resonate with me, not just on a skill level, but an emotional level, and you know, and also, yeah. I mean, I guess once I'd heard that, I guess I just had that. Ultimately, I had that feeling, that intuition, that this was a great fit. And that was sealed when I actually came to meet you in person and perform with you guys, and it just seemed to click, and it just proved that the intuition was correct. I have huge respect for you guys as musicians. I did my homework before I recorded the song, and I checked out some of your other work as well, and I just was so impressed. So it was just an honor and a joy to work with such an amazing band.
That's mutual. So, thank you so much for being here with us, Ross.
Of course, we love you.
Yeah, you're the best.
Enjoy the rest of your evening.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Take care.
Dazzling Darkness.
Yeah, I recognized it.
Everything we write is kind of orchestrated, like classical music, even though it doesn't use classical instruments,
Right.
like distorted guitars and stuff, but we still kind of treat it as classical music. So this is why it's very important to play all the notes as written.
I am currently at the studio working on the next album with Kosov here. It's awesome. The solos are, every time we have to do crazier solos. Some people tell us to stop. Maybe one day we will listen, and maybe the next album will be simple. But this is what we have been saying for the past, how much, Noah?
10 years.
Yeah, we will say we will name an album with S, simple, right? And we will do all of the stuff simple, but we never actually do it. We always choose to do more difficult stuff. There's a certain threshold of doing something in front of an audience enough times that you need in order to pull it off in front of others.
Tell me about it.
I've learned that lesson here in Scardust.
Yeah.
Doing it enough times, it becomes easier. And that has to do partly with just getting used to being in front of an audience and playing the stuff.
Yeah, and the funny thing is that you can't practice performing without actually performing. Let's skip to your very short 2 little clips, but they're very interesting. Because you found out that you can't actually play this part with your 10 fingers. As we have established earlier, you have to play the music as written.
I get punished if I don't play all the notes.
So, Aaron here came up with a solution.
I was creative.
Yeah. Okay. Go. This is the winning take.
Oh yeah, okay, yeah.
This is the one. Now it must work. Are you ready? We're doing it. Are you ready?
Yeah.
All right. Go. There you go. Say hello to Itai and Shani from Hellscore.
What are we going to see?
Hello everyone! Setting up the first choir recording for the new album out of 8! This should tell you the amount of choirs we're planning for this album.
It's like everyone has ADHD. We have to do something while we are singing.
Those are the basses?
Yeah, it's very bassy of us.
Dance, monkeys, dance!
What's that? What's happening?
I don't know. I have no recollection of this. We probably had a reason, right? It's probably like a logical reason.
POV. Recording desk. This is what they see just in front of them, so they can follow all the notes.
My future, I see the view.
I didn't know this was coming. This is the natural reaction.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, a tie.
Time again,
Well, I think that's more in character with the tenors.
What is this part? When they're about to score and then they don't, but they're about to score. Oh, there it is. Oh no, they missed it.
But we had no choice.
We have no choice. We've been through hell and back. I cannot
Okay, so it's not only us. That's good to know.
I think the goofing around is either at the beginning of the day, when everybody is enthusiastic about singing, or starting the recording, or at the end of the recording day, when everyone is so exhausted that, I don't know, we do whatever.
So pretty.
Wow, that was a very blended bliss.
They did a blend exercise.
How are you doing? Hello, everyone.
What time is it? It is 1:00,000. It's been a very, very long day since 2 months ago. Yeah. I'm here.
Right now instead of recording it because we're waiting for one person to do it.
Put on the spot.
Oh, yeah.
What do you have to say in your defense?
I'm sure I was doing something very, very important.
Good blend. Damn.
My haven, my haven.
2 hours later.
How many times did you have to repeat this my haven that
A lot.
evening?
A lot.
Okay, I'd like to welcome to the stage Vika, Arik, and Tamir from Hellscore! Yeah! Woo!
Thank you.
Hello!
Hello. Hello.
Who did that?
Oh, hi.
Hello.
Oh, okay. So, Andre, that is watching right now. So he asks Hellscore, for the choir, what it is like recording for a Scardust album compared to the others, like Arian, Therian, Amorphis, etc. Is there something different about Scardust being so close to home? Who wants to answer?
It's actually so close to home. And I think that, well, it actually feels like family. It feels like being an actual part of this thing, of this band. We're really good friends. And Scardust is really close to our hearts, to our homes. And yeah, it gives this a lot of personal meaning.
I think, especially the last album. Hello. Especially the last album, for me it was really emotional. If you know the backstories of the songs, if you read a little bit of what the band is writing about the songs, so recording for that, for me, was super emotional, very intense in part. And also, I'm a huge Scardust fan, so I don't know, the other bands, I mean, I like the music. Sometimes I like the music more, sometimes I like the music less. I don't know, but I'm a huge fan of Scardust, so recording for Scardust is actually like overwhelming for me sometimes.
Sure, so for me there are two like main differences. One is that we get to do this live, which is amazing. So when we record, we already are thinking about how things are going to work out or try to work them out live. The second, and I absolutely agree with Alec. I'm a huge fan. I've been long before I was started singing. The second, what was the second thing I wanted to say? Damn it. Yes, exactly. The second thing
Nobody's saying
is the level,
Sorry.
the level of the parts. The parts are crazy. Probably, I think the most challenging thing we get to record, and that's a huge amount of fun for me personally, and I think for many of us.
Oh yeah.
Okay. Another question is there a particular song on the new album Souls that resonates personally with any of you? This is a very emotional album.
So it's hard to answer because I really love this album. I didn't get to listen to it yet, unfortunately. It came out today, so challenging. But there are so many amazing songs here. But for me personally, the last part which we saw live just earlier. This is exactly the kind of music that I love the most. This is just perfect music. It's like every note has a meaning. The music tells a story. You can visualize the story when you listen to the music. This is just exactly the kind of thing that I love to listen to. So being a part of that is just incredible for me.
It's really hard to choose because I think that just like Tamir said, every song tells a story, and I think that I find something personal in every one of the songs. I always try to do that when I record a song. I try to find something personal and connect with it. So it's really, really hard to choose just one. So I would say all of them. Is that an answer? She gave me the look. She gave me the side eye. So I need to choose one. If I need to choose one, I would say Dazzling Darkness.
Yeah, everything they said, so I won't repeat it.
I love Long Forgotten Song. Have you heard it?
I think it's the best one.
For me,
It was just up on YouTube like 2 hours ago. So
Yeah.
if you haven't already, go watch it. Not now.
Later.
After this stream.
Not now, later.
for me, I think my Haven has a special meaning.
Oh, like your
kind of-
shirt.
Yes,
This
like,
is totally
like my
not-
shirt. Yes.
Great opportunity to mention our merch store.
It's kind of a special combination of love and disappointment. This song really resonates with me. Yeah.
All right. Thank you so much, Hellscore, for being here with us, for answering the
Thank you so
questions.
much.
Thank you. Thanks,
you.
everyone.
Thank you, Tamir, Arik, Vika, of course, Michal, and the entire Hellscore choir. Yes. All right. So, band, you are welcome to come back on stage. And I want to use this opportunity to talk with the people at home. Please let us know where you are watching this stream from. What place in the world? Is it evening, like here? Or is it morning? Or is it the middle of the night?
Is it summer? Is it winter?
Good question, yeah.
I know I'm sweaty.
Also, I'm very curious to know, because I always like to snack in front of the TV, so what are you snacking at? Like, what's your food and drinks choice? Yeah, curious to know about that. So we have people from Berlin, Germany. That's exciting. We have people from here in Israel watching us. Nashville. That's exciting. And it's lunchtime. So what are you having for lunch? Denmark. France. Wow. This is awesome. Nuts and beer. Good choice. Good choice. Do you like nuts and beer?
Yeah.
Yeah, I second that. Croatian hotel room. That's specific. I've never been to Croatia. I really want to go someday. Canada, Poland, New York, Switzerland, watermelon, West Virginia. Wow, shout out to all of you. You're awesome for being here. Yeah. So, if you are enjoying the stream, finally, without any technical issues, and you want to support Scardust, there are several ways to do that. You can zap us. You can PayPal us. You can buy our CD. You can become a Patreon member and join the ride in the long run. And someone zapped. 11K sats. That's awesome. Thank you so much. You're the best. I don't know which camera am I on. Yaniv, you're driving me crazy.
All of
this
them.
one. Thank you. Shall we answer some more questions then?
Please.
Right.
We have 2 more questions from our Patreon supporters. We have one from Sigurd. Noah.
Hello.
How hard it is for you to perform these songs live?
I don't like to use this term, hard. I prefer challenging. And I love a challenge. So I just make sure to practice to the point I am confident enough on stage.
We had a question from Shalom that asked, how did Scardust come to be?
Yeah, how did Scardust come to be? So a history lesson. It was formed officially in 2015, but Or Didi and I started writing music together, like this kind of music, like progressive metal concept pieces, etc. in 2012, 2013. We wrote this rock opera, and it was just the 2 of us. So we recorded at his studio. When I say recorded, everything was like shitty demo recordings and MIDI files and all that. But we really loved it, and at some point when the piece was finished, around 2013, this was the point where we decided, okay, we need to have a band. We need to have like live people who can play this stuff. So we auditioned, and this is how we found Yoav. Yeah. And Dianai. And we had a keyboardist, Lior, and I think we found Yadin a bit later on. Yeah. We tried playing this piece, but quickly realized that it's probably not realistic with the resources we had back then, because this was a super epic piece with an orchestra, with choirs, with, a very, very complicated kind of production. So we've decided to put it aside, knowing that we might never come back to it, and we wrote an EP. This was already 2014, and it was released in 2015. And this is where we also, named ourselves Scardust and released it officially, and this is how Scardust was born.
Yeah.
Yeah, all right. Shall we play another song?
Sure.
All right. Let's do this. You guys sing along with me, all right?
It's a fun song.
It is. It is. They said I can reach the stars if I only aim high enough. I'll be rising. They said I can reach the sun. Plan my steps before I run towards the horizon. And although I still have many miles to go, my sun's still shining and my stars still glow. I will touch them someday, I know. They will brighten my life somewhere. But you won't be there. You're unreachable. You're unreachable. I would cross the world and back. I would give it all. But you're unreachable. You're unreachable. I go on until I crack, but it won't matter much. You still be out of touch. You still be out of touch. I'm a force that never stops. I will reach the mountain tops even with my bare feet. And although I have had my share of falls, and the climb is steep up on the mountain walls, I will know what my future holds. When I reach there, I'll see the view, but I won't see you, 'cause you're unreachable. You're unreachable. I would cross the world and back. I would give it all, but you're unreachable. You're unreachable. I go on until I crack, but it won't matter much. You still be out of touch. When I reach you, we'll touch the stars. You will raise me high and I'll make you fly, and the sun could be yours if you only let me reach out. You're unreachable. You're unreachable. You're unreachable. You're unreachable. I would cross the world and back. I would give it all, but you're unreachable. You're unreachable. I keep rising when I fall and aim to reach beyond reachable. Thank you. Thank you so much. So, last little snippet of the making of, behind the scenes.
This is Kosov setting up the... It's not really a vocal booth. It's the same studio where Yoav played, but he's just setting up the vocals setup. Watch this. Warm-up routine. Yeah.
Water.
Why not? Hello everyone, it's vlogging time. I am in the studio. It's my first day of vocals recording for the new Scardust album. And I gotta be honest, I'm super nervous. So I'm trying to kind of stretch, calm myself down while Kosov is setting up everything. And talking to you guys also helps calm down the nervousness because it's almost as if I have someone to share this with. So thank you for being here, and I'll try to keep you updated. I didn't. Handheld vocal take. Maybe it will go in the album, we'll see. I was so nervous. This was the most nervous session I've ever had. Your face reads out the same old lore, time and again. It's very hard to film yourself while recording. Record while. Me. This is not working, sorry. Like the start of a sentence is always the hardest thing. Dazzling dark, no. Because you have to position yourself, and this is where the self-loathing begins. Dazzling darkness. Observe. You know the spot. Milim, Jesus Christ. Dazzling darkness. Fun fact about Unreachable. This was I think the only song ever where I cried during the recordings.
Wow.
It was the hardest session I've ever had in my life. Entering the studio. Me being embarrassed, camera shy or whatever. Oh, I remember this. So I asked Kosov to lower the microphone because I wanted to power stand to do like a very high part or something. And now I'm gonna probably test it. So I'm gonna, yeah. Here you have it. Aim to reach the note. Self-loathing ends. Now everyone thinks that this is the hardest part because it's the highest part. But it's not the hardest part. The hardest part is the run that goes up. So I think what I'm gonna do now, I'm gonna kind of do a mini practice of it. Trying to find the position. Looping back and forth. For some reason I think I'm ready. No, I'm not. I'm rushing.
This one.
I've officially finished recording the first half of the album, and I'm now on my way to celebrate. So we celebrated Yoav's 40th birthday that night. It was a very challenging but successful session, and I can't wait for you to hear it. So I will see you when I see you, I guess. Let's celebrate, yeah. All right, we have a little package here, everyone. So, you'll be my mic stand.
Nah, what's in the bag?
Let's see.
A cat, maybe?
Mariano, you can see the frame if you look
That's
there.
a very cool bag. Where'd you get it?
All right. So, shall we start with
merch stand?
This. What do we have here? Let's see. Always the hardest part to peel off the nylon, the plastic. Everything is covered in plastic and sweat over here, just so people at home can kind of get the sense of what's going on.
because it's not just LPs and plastics. It's also like 80% sweat. So this is the LP, and when you open it, it looks like this. And the fun part is when you turn it around like this, you get both eyes. Okay.
I gotta say that's one of the cooler designs that I've seen. It's really cool. I like it.
So here we have, I don't remember what the color is called, but it's super nice.
Is it cyan?
Yes. I have a little story about the eye in the middle here. It's not the same eye that you see on the cover. So we actually could not decide between the two eyes. We had like 5 options, and we ended up not deciding for one of them, but choosing both of them. So one is on the cover, and one is on the vinyl. Can you pack it back? Yeah, thank you. Let's move on to this friend over here. So this is the front, this is the back. I should probably peel off the plastic first, right? This is how it would work. You're the master? The master of plastics and slides. So once again, front and back. Okay. The artwork was created by Travis Smith. We're all super big fans of his work. This picture was based on a video frame that Lahav Levy took. Yes. We were standing by a window with some good lights. And fun fact, originally there was a little cat reflecting on my eye. So this is the inside of the CD and the booklet. When you open it, you see the full picture. The pages inside, you have the lyrics. Band photos of us taken by Lahav Levy. Hair and makeup by Dana Ayalon, and styled by myself and Daria from Hellscore. Yeah. And here we have all the guests, cellist and the violinist and violist who played the string quartet. We have Ali, our dear friend here, who played on Searing Echoes. We have the TLV Orchestra. We have Ross Jennings. And we have the entire Hellscore choir. So that's it.
Have a question. Quick question. Can you sign for my sister, please? Please!
Oh my gosh. We have a siren going on. So, okay, so everyone...
חבר'ה, תקשיבו לי שנייה. המרחב המוגן, יוצאים החוצה מבית היוצר, צריך ללכת ימינה, דרומה, על הכביש. אני אלך איתכם עד לאזור של האנגר 11, קצת אחריו, ויש חניון, ושם זה המרחב המוגן. זה 4 דקות הליכה, אז אני מציע שנעשה את זה עכשיו.
Alright, so we are all going to the shelter. It's a few minutes away, so we need to go. And we will be back. We will be back to the stream in about 15 minutes. We're in the middle of the Scardust live stream for our new album Souls. We get sirens, so we have to run to the nearby shelter. Don't worry, we will be right back. Now we're trying to figure out where the nearby shelter is. We're just following the crowd at this point because nobody really knows where it is. The only thing we can do is try to laugh about it, speak to you guys. Hi guys, how are you doing?
Fine, just another siren.
Now it looks like it's over, so we can come back. Can we come back? Hopefully everything is okay now and safe again. We're heading back. Hope everything is okay. I love your voice. Thank you so much. Yes, everything is okay. It was shut down. We got a...
Was shut down successfully.
Yeah, let's continue the stream here. What else can we do in this kind of situation, right? Your album slaps harder than the Houthis. Yes! I second that. We are unreachable. Any more puns from the audience?
Make Prague not war.
Make Prague not war.
Heavy philosophical questions right after we were being shot at. The mind takes time to recalibrate.
People who sang on the album. Woo! Yeah. Make music not war. Make music not war. We're back in the venue. Ta-da! The venue is slowly filling in again. The band is coming back on stage. Everything is under control. Thank you for being here. See you on the street. Hello, do we have a... Is the sound on? Woo! We're back. This was quite an experience. My hair is protesting this little trip. There was sirens. This entire venue had to run outside to find a safe space, and we had to wait for a few minutes, but now we're back, and everything is okay, and everyone is safe. And once again, we'd like to thank each and every one of you at home for sticking with us and and staying here. I mean, this means the world to us, and we really, really appreciate it.
Let's continue.
Shall we do maybe one last question, or...
Where is my album?
Oh, right. Sorry, we had to... Where is it?
Where is it?
You put it somewhere. Yeah. So it's it's signing time. Michal's sister, also sang on the album. She's one of the girls singing in Long Forgotten Song. There is a choir of angels, and she was one of them. And Michal, of course, sang on the album as a part of Hellscore. Yeah, we have the unboxing camera on if you want to watch it up close. But maybe in the meantime, we can have one last question.
Yeah.
And for those of you, I know that many of you have been asking about when will the LP be available online, and it will be available very, very soon. So stay tuned, keep tight. We're working on it very soon, in just a few weeks. In the meantime, you can order the CD. Yeah.
So to keep the end of the live stream lighthearted, we have
please
rapid fire round.
Let's
so
do this.
I'll ask quick questions, and each of you answers with one word or less.
Deal.
Less than one word?
Okay. One word to describe the album. Go.
Awesome.
Amazing.
Souls.
Great.
Masterpiece.
Most emotional song on Souls. Go.
Dance of Creation.
King of Insanity.
Searing Echoes.
Obviously.
King of Insanity.
Dazzling Darkness.
None of those were one word, by the way.
Good catch.
Choir or strings?
Strings. Sorry.
Choir.
Strings. Sorry, Hellscore.
Choir, obviously.
Strings.
Why not both?
Or that, no.
Okay. Favorite tour snack?
What?
Favorite tour snack?
Protein bar.
Nuts.
No, I have a better one.
I'll take the protein bar.
Okay, an M&M chocolate bar. Where is Arik? He knows what I'm talking about.
Lemon tart on the Friends convenience store in the gas station.
Almonds.
First band or artist you ever loved as a kid?
Michael Jackson.
Nice.
Queen.
Billy Joel.
Scorpions.
Led Zeppelin.
Okay, and last one. Would you rather headline Wacken or score a fantasy film?
Wacken.
Wacken?
Definitely Wacken.
Yeah.
Yeah. Fuck.
Next year in Wacken?
Amen.
Tour in Europe?
Amen.
Tour in the USA?
Amen.
Thank you, that's all.
Thank you. I think it's a great opportunity to thank you guys again for being here. And everyone at home who is watching us, thank you so much for being here. We'd like to thank our record label, Frontiers, and our dear management, Tony and Boyd, all the way from London, hopefully watching us here as well. Yaniv, Roy, Johnny, everyone in Beta Yotzer, you're the best. Thank you for hosting us tonight. Big shout out to the incredible Or Didi, of course. Michal Friedman. Yes. The entire Hellscore choir. You guys are incredible. Ib and Rakefet and Haran and Lahav Levi, the one and only. Thank you so much. And of course, Ross Jennings and Ali Storr and the TLV Orchestra. And again, Ross Jennings for being here tonight as well. We're so lucky to have so much support around us. You really are incredible. You're the best. So one last little clip for tonight. Are you ready for this? The next song is a party. Please dance your soul out and scream the choruses with us. And brace yourself, because there is a surprise coming. Are you ready for this? This is Concrete Cages. Hey, 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 hey.
This is a page in the diary of a world that was chaos and void before we came about. Predators roamed in the wild. We were fragile like a child before we tamed the land. Mr. Ross Jennings!
Many died in the trials. Many have looked into danger's eye, wanting to survive. Others have cried in defeat, but it's impossible to face the will to stay alive and keep the fire lit. Like a bird, we are wings to the light.
Thank you so much for being here. Go listen to the album, and we will see you around. Mwah.
Good night. Very nice.